Hello, how are you today? My name is Donna Lavette, and I am so glad you stopped in to see me today. This is day 24 of the 31-day challenge, and I'm really excited to see you here today. Now, there are three things I want to ask you or just remind you of is, if you have not done this already, will you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe? I want to thank you for those of you who have already done that, and I want to encourage the rest of you to subscribe. The second thing is go to my website, donnalavette.com. There's a link that you'll see below, and come check me out. Come visit me. And then the third thing is if you see this 31-day challenge as being beneficial to you at all, then share this with a friend, with a family member, with your Facebook pals. Share it with them. And they will start from the first day. They'll be able to walk through all the 31 days just as you have. And I truly appreciate you for sharing that with them. Now today, as you know, I have been reading a book called The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, written by Harv Eker. And the last time I commented on the book, there were various principles that differ, that what he said was that rich people think differently than poor people. And there were about 17 different concepts or principles that he wrote to kind of share the difference. And so I asked you if you would be willing or interested in hearing what some of these differences were, and you said you were. A few of you said that you were. So that's what we're going to focus on today, and I'm going to share with you 4 of them. 4 things that distinguishes between how rich people think and how they handle things and poor. I think you're going to find this interesting. Now, the first step, the first concept is that he says that rich people look for opportunities where poor people look for obstacles. That rich people, they see potential, and poor people focus on risk. That poor people make choices based on fear. They constantly look for what's wrong or what could go wrong. And their mindset is, if this doesn't work, or more often, it won't work. Where rich people approach this completely different. They take full responsibility for the results, and they act upon it with the mindset of, I know that this is going to work. They expect it to work. They have confidence in their ability. They have total confidence in their creativity. And when things go wrong, they just say, I'll figure out another way to make it work. They see the higher the risk, the higher the reward. And because they see opportunities all over the place, they're willing to take the risk. And worst case scenario is that if they lose all their money, they expect that they'll earn it back. So they just have this whole different approach to opportunities. I just found that interesting. Now, the second thing is that the rich focus, how can I say this? They choose to get rich based on results, where the poor choose to get paid based on time. There's nothing wrong, and he says there's nothing wrong with getting paid with a regular steady income unless it interferes with your ability to get paid what you are worth. And he said, here's the rub. Most times it does. So the poor prefer to be paid on a regular basis, a regular paycheck, every regular amount of money coming in every week and every month, because they don't have confidence in their ability that by performance alone that they could earn money that way. They're afraid they won't earn enough based on just their performance. The rich prefer to get paid on results because they expect to get results. They're confident in their ability to get results, and they have no problems charging for the results. So if you choose, this is what he said, if you choose to get paid for just your time, then you have killed your chances for wealth. Wow. Third thing, now I really like this, and this concept I'm going to apply. He said, the rich manage their money well, where the poor mismanage their money well. And the habit of managing your money is way more important than the amount of money that you make. So these are the steps that he encourages that you take. 1, open up a financial freedom bank account and put 10% of the money that you earn every week, every month, or however you earn it. Take 10% in this financial freedom bank account, and you don't spend it. The only way you use it is if you're using it for an investment or for passive income. That's the only way you'll take money out of it, if it sets you up for passive income. I'm going to do that. The second thing that it does, is he says open up a play account where you take 10% of your money and you use it to spend for whatever you choose to. And the goal with that account is to spend all of it every month so that you leave that account zero, but you spend it doing things that you love. Different than how other people focus on managing your money. I like this. The third thing is he said, you take 10% of it and you put it in a long-term savings account. A long-term savings account. The fourth thing you do is you take 10% and you put that into an education account. And then you take 10% and you put it in a give account. So really, what's left is 50%. And you take that 50% and that is how you pay your bills. That is how you pay for your necessities. Isn't that going to be a difference for many of you? Now, whatever that amount is, he says, because he recognizes that there are some people, if you've been living off 100% of everything you earn, trying to shift down to 50 will be difficult initially. So what he recommended is that you just start with $1, that you take a certain amount of money every month and you take that amount and you divide it in the sequel. You take 10 cents and you put it in your financial freedom account. You take 10 cents and you put it in your give account. You take 10 cents and put in your investment account. In other words, you get yourself in the habit of putting something in those accounts every month. And he also says, and he also, it's another thing he says, is create a financial freedom jar. And in that jar, you put in it every day your change for the day. You put in $1 in it every day. That somehow you put something in it every day, your financial freedom jar. So you have two things that are working towards your financial freedom account and your financial freedom jar. Now, if you are not, as he said, you start with where you are. So if you only have $1 extra a month, then you take the $1 extra a month and, as I said, divide it in these different categories, because he says what you're communicating to the universe is that you are ready to receive more. And eventually you'll find yourself having more. And when you have more, you take that and you divide it. So there was an example of a young lady who started with $1, but her commitment was that she was going to divide, she was going to multiply that $1 every month. So the first month, $1. The second month, $2. By third month, $4. Next month, $16. And she would take that and she would divide it in those various categories, so that by the end of 2 years, she had at the end of the year, she had $2,048 that she divided into those various counts. And at the end of 2 years, she had $10,000 a month that she was able to divide in those various categories. So I love this strategy and plan, and it's something that I am fully going to adopt. Reading is just really wonderful, the things that you get when you read. The fourth concept or principle that he mentioned was that the rich work hard for the rich have their money working hard for them, where the poor work hard for their money. The rich have their money working hard for them, and the poor work hard for their money. The rich may work hard, but it's temporary. For poor people, when they work hard, it's permanent. that rich people understand that you have to work hard until your money gets large enough and works hard enough that it takes your place. Meaning, the more you have money working for you, the less you have to work for it. You get that? And so the goal of the money game is to never have to work again, unless you choose to. That the goal is to become financially free as quickly as possible. And his definition of financial freedom is to have the ability to live the lifestyle you desire without having to work to rely on anyone or anything else for the money. To win the money game is the goal to earn enough passive income that out of that it pays for your desired lifestyle, that you are financially free when your passive income exceeds your expenses. Let me say that again. You are financially free when your passive income exceeds your expenses. So examples of passive income are stocks, investments, real estate, anything where your asset appreciates with time. Having a business working for you. This entails, I like this, where you are earning income from your business, but it's not where you need to be personally involved in that business to operate or yield income. So here's an example. One of the examples that he gave was network marketing. And I don't know if you really know this, but network marketing and online marketing, that is the crave right now. That is, people are really becoming super successful doing that. And one of the advantages of network marketing or internet marketing is that you don't have to put a whole lot of money up front for it. It doesn't, but once you've done the initial work for it, then you're able to enjoy ongoing residual income for years to come. And if you set it up right, forever. So everyone, he says, should own their own business. And even if it's part-time, that the vast majority of millionaires do run their own business. And he said this statement, and and I'm going to share this with closing, but this is so profound. He said, without passive income, you will never be free. Without passive income, you will never be free. So here is your takeaway for today's session or video. What I'm wanting you to do is to give some thought to some of these principles and see if you can apply any of them. And if nothing else, then work at changing, because we've been talking a lot about changing mindsets, right? Look at changing your mindsets so that eventually these things can be behaviors that you can adapt. I am definitely going to adapt his strategy of focusing on how to organize your money. I love that. I would encourage you to take a good look at that also. So this is what we're covering for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I look forward to talking with you tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm hoping you have a very productive, successful day full of joy, full of peace, and full of happiness. Until tomorrow, be blessed.